Listen. So much so, I took down the video that I did on the so-called enablers because I got that information from Angelo, Tim Savage, Cass Jones. Who else? Who else gave me that information? It was so many people. Lisa Van Allen. Yeah. Oh yeah. It's so bad.
I have to tell you, it's so hard to believe that based on all that we've read.
I'm going to tell you something, Gail. There's one thing. I'm going to tell you something. What the women
said about you.
What women said about me. What women. So nobody's allowed to be mad at me and be scorned and lie on me.
Mm-hmm. So they're lying on you. That's your explanation. They're lying on you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
You feel that people have maligned your character?
I have been assassinated. I have been buried alive. But I'm alive.
So I think the point you're making is, and correct me if I'm wrong, that you have never held anybody against their will.
I don't need to. Why would I?
Well,
how stupid would it be for R. Kelly, with all I've been through in my way past, to hold somebody, let alone 4, 5, 6, 50, you said. How stupid would I be to do that?
I didn't say you were holding.
That's stupid, guys.
I didn't.
Is this camera on me?
Yes, it's on.
That's stupid. Use your common sense. Don't forget the blogs. Forget how you feel about me. Hate me if you want to. Love me if you want. But just use your common sense. How stupid would it be for me to, with my crazy past and what I've been through, right now I just think I need to be a monster and hold girls against their will, chain them up in my basement and don't let them eat and don't let them out unless they need some shoes down the street from their uncle. Robert, stop it. Y'all quit playing. Quit playing. Robert. I didn't do this stuff. This is not me. Y'all, I'm fighting for my life. Y'all killing me with this. I gave y'all 30 years of my career.
Robert.
30 years of my career. Y'all trying to kill me.
As people like me have said for quite a long time, people should have recognized surviving R. Kelly was just going to be the start of what we were going to see in the future. It should be no surprise that after the episode aired, that you had people like Raz B making it known that, hey, nobody tried to pick up their allegations against the people that abused them in the industry. And it's a very well-known fact that these people that are really committing these heinous acts in the industry are backed by some real influential people. So in the case of Raz B, as we saw, you had people shutting him down, issuing out their cease and desist. And as I told you, if you go back to my earlier videos, that's been, let's say, hypothetically speaking, what if all of these allegations we've heard about R. Kelly were true? You've never heard of any instance where R. Kelly's team took legal action. And in some people's mind, that would mean these allegations must be true, right? Well, when I started to do research on it, I feel like all that was possibly intentional. For this simple reason. Even when surviving R. Kelly was proposed, there was allegedly this threat that they would be suing if they proceeded. Yet nothing happened. And as we see, surviving R. Kelly set the stage. So I'm a little confused why people will say, why would all these women tell the same story? Why would they all have the same experience? Like they couldn't come together and concoct their stories, being that a lot of these stories have been laid out in so many articles over the time. Just like the same way other people that have been in the industry looked at surviving R. Kelly and felt like, why wasn't my story put there? So the same way the women can look at surviving R. Kelly and come forth with their story, you don't think that same notion could be true with other people who may be, let's say, envious about their unfortunate fallout from the industry and can use a real situation and manipulate what we see. We see this going on social media. So it should be no surprise that there's a surviving T.I., surviving Chris Stokes, surviving Soldier Boy, and it goes on and on and on. But I guarantee you'll never see us surviving the industry, and you'll never see these people holding these corporations as the real people that should be held accountable. Considering the way they're trying to set this whole stage and now make these rumors and accusations criminal procedures, it shouldn't be hard to question, well, if we're going to say these artists, these celebrities are the bosses, even though they're working for the corporation, how does that make sense? Can the artist who is working for this corporation has really no say-so on a lot of things, can they be the head boss? Anyways, it should be no surprise that Me Too has issued a statement after, yet again, Raz B called out their whole little movement in the fact that they don't treat boys who have come forward the way they treat girls. And I've said this from the beginning as well. Even when it comes to R. Kelly and people talk about what happened to him, it's brushed over. People never consider the fact that if this man was abused by another man as a child, couldn't that be a real side note as to why he may feel it necessary to have multiple women? The biggest issue a lot of people will have is that he's dating 18, 19-year-olds. And I'm going to have to shut down the whole he's targeting minors and kids and all that for the simple fact, if you go back and look at the stories from these people that came out, they've told you from the beginning, oh, now he just makes sure they're legal. You can go back and pull up old footage and when he would clearly say, if you're 18, we can do whatever. So when people keep throwing out the, well, he got tripped up on the, what do you mean with teenage? Like you don't understand 18 and 19 is still teenage as well. The biggest issue is it illegal? Are they dating minors? So as we see with T.I., a few people have said stories were put out about minors included. And just like with R. Kelly, they're saying T.I. is trafficking as well. So again, Me Too issued a statement. And the statement, according to reports, serves as an open letter to the survivors of the alleged abuse by the mentioned celebrities, which were T.I., Soldier Boy, and Chris Stokes. The letter noted that Me Too is holding space for the survivors of the trauma. The letter called out the possibilities of what is to come for the victims, noting their stories may be dismissed. Despite that, the letter urges people who come across the stories to treat their stories with dignity, respect, and care. The letter then calls on media to reframe the narrative to be more centered on the survivors and justice for the alleged crimes committed against them. Also, from what I gather in the letter, it's more so saying that they're rather surprised that law enforcement aren't jumping on these allegations that have been waged on social media. And if you just go and search up the Me Too statement on TI, you would see exactly what they said. And you can come back and comment. What did you take from their open letter? But for me, that is the problem. Why should law enforcement be seeking out alleged victims on social media? Shouldn't these alleged victims be going to the authorities? It's like they want to continue to do things ass backwards, and we, the general public, are being basically subjected to all this. And then when you speak on it, they say you're victim shaming, when actuality is none of this makes sense. What do you think about the fact that Tasha K has come out saying that R. Kelly is innocent now, or she, in exact words, she said maybe innocent? After all these years of putting out these salacious stories, what do you think about the fact that after people watched R. Kelly on Gayle King, they thought that was a joke? So many people made memes, so many people critiqued. They had body experts on TV doing the most. I've never seen anything like that in my life. On top of that, as Raz B pointed out, again, they don't have that same energy when it's boys waging the accusations. Why is that? Be ridiculed to the utmost degree, degraded. And then when they feel the need to overcompensate and have all these women around, people question that as well. What do you think about all this? Make sure you like this video, share it, leave your comments below. Have a good day.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi today advised former Vice President Joe Biden to keep his distance after two women accused him of touching them inappropriately.